We all go a little mad sometimes.
Get you.
Hello and welcome to the Horror Hour, the place where we discuss, debate, and disagree on all things horror. I'm one of your co-hosts, Liam. Hello. And today I'm joined by my fellow co-host, Yutaka.
Hello.
So today's episode, we are coming with you just a short, nice snippet of a review for the journey back into the Addams family, which is Wednesday. So I have a synopsis for us.
Ooh,
Let's
and what is that?
Synopsis. So let's see if this synopsis matches what we watched. This series is a sleuthing, supernaturally infused mystery charting Wednesday Addams' years as a student at Nevermore Academy. Wednesday's attempts to master her emerging psychic ability thwart a mysterious killing spree that has terrorized the local town and solved the supernatural mystery that embroiled her parents 25 years ago, all while navigating her new and very tangled relationships at Nevermore. Fun. Wordy. So this is brought to you by the mind of Tim Burton. It has the showrunners Alfred Gough and Miles Miller. It stars Jenna Ortega, Gwendoline Christie, Catherine Zeta-Jones, Louise Guzman, and Christina Ricci. So what we're going to do is it's going to be a non-spoiler review, so you are fine. We're just going to give you our overall thoughts, just a quick bite, top 3 reasons why you should watch it, any issues that we had, and a rating. So to start us off, Yutaka, what are your thoughts on Wednesday?
I mean, so I knew going into it, it was going to be, the focus was it was going to be a heavy focus on Wednesday. I was a little shocked how little of the family we got to see, so I was a little bummed on that. But I will say, I think Jenna Ortega did a really fabulous job.
Oh yeah, most definitely. That's pretty much the same feelings I have. I was expecting more, considering how much the advertisement fell
Agreed.
on the rest of the family. So I wasn't expecting it to be such a minute part of it. But yeah, Jenna Ortega, we all know she can act circles around quite a lot of people. So we were expecting it to be, I was expecting it to be good. And that's what we got. So I was completely happy with that. Did have a few. Got a little issue.
Can I will say though, I did like her interpretation of Wednesday Addams.
Yes,
because I really enjoy like
how,
like the way it's different from what we've seen, because obviously we love Christina Ricci, but I have to, again, just that's a really good selling point in my opinion, is seeing Jenna Ortega in this role.
Yes. So for top 3, what would be your third reason to watch this?
Christina Ricci. I didn't realize she was in it as much as she was going to be. Like I literally, it's funny because I thought like Catherine Zeta-Jones and Louise Guzman were going to be in it more, and I thought we were going to get like a cameo of Christina Ricci, and it was like the reverse.
Yeah.
So I mean, I'm not mad. I'm just, again, not what that was marketed, but I was so happy because Christina Ricci's like kind of in this amazing like boost of comeback in terms of like horror or genre. Yellow Jackets, check it out. But I'm just, so it made me very happy to see that she was in it more than I was expecting.
Good. So for my number 3, I'm going to go with the visuals. So like the sets, the real life locations. everything with Nevermore was what I was expecting. Well, with the outsides of what they used for Nevermore was everything that I was expecting from this show. I do think it got a little Harry Pottery at some points. But
I could see that.
But what I was expecting, it gave what I wanted. And I also found it highly amusing. But have you seen the animated Addams Family one that they brought out a couple of years ago?
I don't think I have seen that one, to be honest.
Okay, so I enjoy it. But it's weird how much the town that they've used looks exactly like the town in the animated show. Like spot on for that animated town. It was freaky.
I'm gonna check. Like that's
so
kind of cool though.
Yeah. So I like that. So
Okay.
yeah. So yes, overall visually it was very good. Few little niggly bits with the CGI. But apart from that, everything else was great. So number 2, what's your number 2 best reason to watch
it? He's only in one episode, but I freaking adored Fred Armisen as Uncle Fester. I really did. I thought he did a great job. I would have loved to have seen him more, but you kind of needed him. Like when he popped up in the show, it was needed. We needed that like bolt.
Yeah.
Look at me be dad jokes here. But you did. Like it kind of added, like it just, really reinvigorated me with like, okay, I can power through this. Because the show got a little slow at times. So
yeah.
when Uncle Fester, like it was perfect timing.
Okay. Number 2 for me is going to be the supporting cast.
They did
not the guest cast. I would say Catherine Zeta-Jones, Louise Guzman, and Fred Armisen are guest cast. I say the supporting cast, so like Christina Ricci, some of the kids in the school, like the one that plays a roommate, the romantic possibilities of the one in the coffee shop. Didn't like the romantic interest from the school. So don't understand why he keeps getting work. He plays the same person over and over again, and I don't get it.
He was good in the American version of Shameless.
Was he in Shameless?
Mm-hmm.
Who was he in that?
It's been a while. I can't remember. He was obviously one of
the
kids.
He was in. I've only ever seen him in Gifted, that like X-Men show, and he was terrible. And he was playing the exact same character in this. So I was like, why? But I'm getting off topic. Sorry, no. Everyone apart from him, no. Gwendoline Christie, my God, does that woman just like, she just pops in everything she does. She's so beautiful. Acting is great throughout.
It was effortless.
I was not expecting
her
to be as obsessed with Gwendoline Christie's character as I became. Her and Christina Ricci, I was obsessed with both of them. Like Christina Ricci's like little get daddy, like, oh, I'm just a nice person. Routine is just so good. I just loved that. Both of them, yeah. So the overall supporting cast, not the guest cast. Yutaka, what would be your number 1 reason? Your first, what's the best reason to watch the show?
One of the things that I really did enjoy about this show, I enjoyed all these different, like the lore that it was building, and to get to see all these different fantasy creatures in a sense. I really enjoyed that. So I loved the supernatural element that we knew we were going to get. But I freaking loved the dark humor. Like the dark comedy in this I was chuckling. Like, I mean, we see it in the trailers, but that piranha scene had me howling. I freaking loved it.
Yeah. So for myself, my number one reason to watch this is Jenna Ortega. Like, this show wouldn't work without her casting, I don't think. Um, she's just so charismatic as Wednesday. The stuff that she's asked to do as Wednesday is so weird, and she pulls it off fantastically. Um, so for her alone, it is worth watching this show. So this will take us on to the next part. Issues. Um, I'll let you go first because I don't think you have as many issues as me.
I really don't. I think some of the pacing was a bit rough, because, like I said, at times I did find myself just a little bit bored, but they would do something to kind of like pull me back in. So, like, that would be, it was just a little uneven. But that being said, my dog barking. Sorry about it. You know, I would also say one of the other things, like you did kind of touch upon this, some of the CGI, it was not really polished, and I don't know if it necessarily needed it. But you know me, I love practical effects way more than if CG.
Yeah.
So I don't know that there were certain elements that I thought looked. I guess it looked more Tim Burton-y, but some of it worked. Some of it to me kind of fell flat. But those would be my, like I said, I'm not sitting here saying it's like this great show, but I certainly don't think it was an awful show.
Yeah, no, I would agree on that. So for me, so here I go. I for a show that's being pushed and pushed and pushed us from the imagination of Tim Burton. I didn't see any Tim Burton. I saw none. I didn't see any. Um, so that was a bit weird. The other part that I had a big issue with was Catherine Zeta-Jones and Louise Guzman as Morticia and Gomez.
Okay.
I They are not Morticia and Gomez. I'm sorry, they're not.
Okay.
Like, Catherine Zeta-Jones played Morticia as like this like devout, smothering mother, and I was like, this isn't Morticia. Like, even going, not even in a comparison to um Jesus Christ,
Angelica
how am I
Houston.
forgetting her name? Angelica Houston. Even in a comparison to Angelica Houston, it's not that. She is just not. She isn't how
But
Morticia's
that could
been portrayed
be
ever.
okay, but that could be in the writing as well, though.
It could be in the writing. They could have, but I think so. A bit that really threw me off in the very first episode, when you see there's a scene where they're sitting and Morticia is smiling radiantly, and it's like, that's an acting choice.
Hmm.
That isn't a writing choice. That is an acting choice.
Okay.
So I don't, yeah, issues. But overall, I did, even though I enjoyed the show and I did continuously want to watch it, and I did watch it in one night, apart from the very last episode, because we didn't get that straight away. I
Same.
did watch it all in one go. But it did feel very Riverdale-y. It was just far too teeny bopper. And I think the thing that's always made the Addams Family great is it's always had an adult edge to it. It's always been, it can be for the full family, but it's always had like the adult innuendos that like go over the kids' heads. It's always had them sort of elements, and this hasn't been carried across into this. So I
Well,
was like,
I totally get that, and I think part of that too is because again, this really wasn't the Addams family. It was Wednesday stories. So
But,
I think
yeah.
so I totally get that, and that's why I don't think there was some of that. But again, I would kind of agree to like first season Riverdale like comparisons. Because first season Riverdale I actually quite enjoyed, but they took some choice like artistic decisions. And so I would say that was probably the same with this, but I agree. I binged it all in one sitting.
Yeah.
I mean, and I think for me, I think it was the dark comedy because I was laughing. Sure, we didn't get some things that we're used to, but yeah, that's kind of what carried me through it. But yeah.
Okay, there we go then. So out of 5, what are we rating it? Go on, Yutaka. Give us a rate.
I'd give it if it's out of 5, I'd give it 3 out of 5.
Yeah, good. I would agree with you. 3 out of 5. It's not perfect, but it's not below average, if that makes sense. So yeah, I think that works.
I would
Excellent.
like to see a second season, to be honest.
I would.
So like I got to give them props for that because they make me want to see more of it. So hopefully it does well. I don't know why they're releasing it now. I think that's
Yeah,
silly.
that's weird.
And I know because like Ryan Murphy owned Netflix for like Halloween, but they could have moved some things around. Just saying. I didn't like The Watcher, but that's, neither here nor there. So just my opinion.
Well, there we have it. So thank you for watching with us today. Please make sure to write down below what you're looking forward to with Wednesday. Make sure you subscribe to us, press the notification bell so you can be notified of any future content that we do provide. Make sure you also go and follow us on Twitter and Instagram, which is at the Horror Hour TV. And if you are feeling nice, we do have extra content available on Patreon. All of the links will be down below. So if you feel nice enough, please do pop over there. And thank you for joining us today. Goodbye.
You have been listening to the Horror Hour. See you next time.